Hi, I'm Terry Brock with terrybrock.com, and you know, social media is changing the way that our world is working, but it's sometimes confusing. Particularly small businesses wonder, how do we make this happen? Well, I've got some good news for you because there's a book out now from my buddy Jeff Korhan about how to do it. And Jeff joins us right now from his offices there in the Chicagoland area. Jeff, thanks for being with us today.
You bet. Good to see you again.
Well, I love your book. I went and read it, Built-in Social. And this book, Built-in Social, gives us a lot of ideas on what we can do. For those that haven't seen it yet and haven't purchased it yet and need to, tell us, what's the book about, kind of in a nutshell?
Well, in a nutshell, it is a book for what I call mainstream or non-technical small businesses. People that know that they need to be using social media. They know that this is becoming a part of our business environment. They know that they need to have a more robust and vital online presence, but they're not quite sure where to start. And actually, they are looking for a reliable method with which to put this into place. I mean, that's what I hear when I go out and speak to these groups is, look, Jeff, just can you lay this out for us? And actually, that's how I came to write the book. Was I was asked many times, can you recommend a book where we can just, sit down on our own time and understand this? And while there are a lot of good books out there on social media, they're typically written by people that come from media, and they're written for then people like me. And so this book is my approach from somebody that spent 2 decades in the trenches running a mainstream small business. And so it's written from that perspective because I understand the challenges that they have. They wear a lot of hats. They may not necessarily be trained in marketing per se, but what I show them is, look, you've got a lot of business experience. It's more important to understand and have that foundation and then learn how to use the technology to bring everything that you've been doing to make your business successful up to this point and just simply translate that to a digital platform.
Yeah, that translating to a digital platform I think is important, and you talk about that. One of the things that struck me, I went through your book and you saw before we started this thing that I'd highlighted a lot of that in yellow. You were kind enough to send me over the PDF of that, or actually the Kindle version, and I read the Kindle version, which I loved. And I mean, I seriously didn't just read it. I went through and underlined and I'm highlighting all that. One of the things I really liked, and I want you to expand on a little bit here, was you're saying social media is a way we're shifting. We're shifting from a selling proposition before to now more collaborative, sharing, and problem solving. Tell us a little bit about that and what kind of a shift that is.
Well, there are a lot of shifts going on, but the one that you mentioned, I think, is very prominent, is that we used to have this business approach of selling to buyers. Now, because there is a platform that gives consumers a voice, and most importantly, a collective voice that's louder than that of what any business or even corporation has, it's changed the dynamic. And so now they want to be part of the process. They want to be involved. And so if you think about this logically, if you're listening to your customers, if you're helping to engage with them through the social media channels and really understand their needs, you can create products, solutions, services that are better than you would normally create if you were sitting back in your own, little world in that ivory tower, so to speak, doing marketing research. Well, that's sort of the old method, what I like to call the MBA method, because I have an MBA, and I can tell you that what I learned in that program 30 plus years ago is becoming largely irrelevant because of just how much things have changed dramatically to where, really the influence used to be consolidated within organizations and enterprises and even media outlets. But now every business is their own media company, and every consumer, every person is their own brand. And so we really need to start thinking about redesigning our approach to business to make it more social, meaning make it more personal, meaning make it more authentic, meaning make it as much about us instead of, us and them, which is really kind of how things used to be.
Yeah, it's got to be a way of changing. I like the way you say it in the book. You say that we're all in the publishing business, that we are there, we're all publishing and getting information out. And so it's a matter of listening to people and what they're doing and being able to connect with them at their level on the areas that are most important to them. And the way you talk about that of sharing, you're saying that that is the ultimate differentiator. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, sharing is building value. And so this is the part, I think, where a lot of businesses do not get social media, large or small businesses, and that is they've heard about this thing and they jump into the middle, which is engaging with people on media, whereas they should be starting at the beginning, which is creating and sharing, and hopefully creating, but also sharing good content, because that's the attraction element.
Yes.
The simple fact is, if you want to get leads from social media, you need to be publishing content online, helping to solve problems. I mean, the web exists predominantly for the purpose of search. People are online looking for solutions to problems, and if you are providing those solutions, you make your business more attractive. And so I like to think of the fact that we are all now in the answers business. If you're providing answers to what people are searching the web for, you make your business more attractive. Now you use the social media channels to engage with them, build up that trust factor, build up a relationship, and then from there, the profitable outcomes just become a byproduct of that whole process. So that's really the framework of the book: is content attracts, media engages, and you have a relevant sales process, we hope, that then converts that to business. And if you don't, well, Chapter 9 covers how you can actually either set that up or make it better.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about the book. You give the idea and you tell us the why, which is most important, but then you also give us the how-to. You show what to do in that book. So it's something that if you're watching this video and you're saying, gee, I like this guy Jeff, he's got a good idea, it sounds good, and you're watching this is a book you want to get. For a few coins, you can go out and get this thing. You get it on Amazon, you get it at most bookstores, but this is really a good investment in your career and getting ahead. So I encourage you to do that. And Jeff, how would someone be able to get in touch with you, find out more about the book, or get access to the book?
Well, my primary site is jeffkorhan.com. That's JEFFKORHAN.com. And there is a page there, which I've given it a unique URL. So it's the title of the book, builtinsocial.com. If they go there, they can find out how to buy it in any digital format, of which there are more than I would have realized, plus going to the various online stores and so forth. And there's information there about how to connect with me, interview me. We're still loading up interviews, as I will this one, where people can get different perspectives on how I've had a discussion with different folks from different industries. So we're still building that out, but builtinsocial.com is really a great place to go to get started.
Absolutely. Well, Jeff, you have established the principles and used those in your landscaping business before, and other work that you've done as you consult with various companies and the speeches that you give. You've been able to help people really giving from the heart. You've practiced collaboration, you've practiced sharing long before social media even came out, and now you're applying those principles there. And we really appreciate you putting this together in the book, and just like it. By the way, before you get away, we wanted to see, I think we're right there in your office there. Don't you have, you were showing me beforehand, I got to show the rest of the folks watching this some of the notes that you have around there, how you did that. Would you mind showing us a little bit of that, Jeff?
We have, I don't know what we're going to see here, but we have notes everywhere.
Notes everywhere. Look around there. There we are.
Those are some of the notes that I had to keep reminding myself to answer questions, which is what I just was commenting on. And I've got one there, which is a quote from Seth Godin, to thrash early.
Thrash early.
Meaning, it's a process, writing a book, but also using plain language, because, again, this is for mainstream small businesses. They need to hear this in a way that enables them to understand that this really isn't that complicated. It's like anything else. It's like the first time you learned how to swim, or the first time you learned how to ride a bike, there was a lot of thrashing, a lot of frustration. And then when you figured it out, you said, wow, that wasn't really that difficult. And that's because you found the method or the process for getting there. And that's exactly what I've tried to accomplish in this book, is to provide a simple method, a process that enables them to get results. Yep.
Well, you've done a great job with it, Jeff. We really appreciate you joining us today, and looking forward to getting into the book even more. I've read it, and I'm looking forward to getting back into it even more. And for those of you watching this, if you really want to learn about social media and how you can use it in serious business applications, get this book, Built-In Social, from Jeff Korhan. Jeff, thanks for joining us today.
You bet. Thank you. It's great talking to you again.